Alright guys, here is the farm I'm going to be at today. Okay, we're meeting the gentleman here in just a minute. Alrighty. Hey gang, Minardo Rob. I'm out here on this 30-acre farm, which was one of my areas that my sister arranged for me to detect today. It belongs to her neighbor's son. He's a cow farmer. That's his barn. That's his workshop. And that's part of his 30 acres out there. And guys, he didn't have any old houses or property, so the land's old, but there was never anything here with old houses that would be would put you know, a lot of people here that I could find any coins or relics. But let me show you where he did take me. Alrighty guys, he took me on his Kawasaki mule, and we rode through this gate. We went around the backside of his barn, and we went right there where his cow trailer is, guys. Yep, right there, that green thing there. And right in between those trees, where there's a little path there, that was a railroad come through there in the 1880s. He took me right to the area where they built a little cement tunnel underneath for the creek that went by. And there's a raised area where you can see where the railroad line was put on top of the raised ground. And he went back there with me. We went back there in the mule and searched the, I'm going to say like 1860s, maybe 1850s railroad line. And let me show what I found, guys. Alrighty guys, here's what we found back there. I was so excited when the first railroad spike came out. Guys, that's 150 years old. And then we got a second bigger one. And then here is the bolt that they pound down the mushroom into the actual track. And then two big, large, heavy square bolts. Heavy duty washer. One thick nail. And then guys, two shotgun heads. They're not super old because they got 12 gauge on them, not number 12. But guys, for mid-1800s railroad, I'm really happy with that game. Alrighty. Guys, that's Mr. Chester right there opening up the gate to the Minuteman Silo. What would you call it? Location. His buddy owns this, and he called him up and said, we can come here and take a look at the nuclear missile silo, guys. It's a little treat for you.
It's not active.
Well, yeah, I don't think the government would be letting us on here if it was active. But guys, yeah, it's a decommissioned. We were out here in the middle of central Missouri, guys, in the middle of nowhere. I mean, farmland as far as you can see. And this guy bought this area from the federal government. So we're going to go here and check this out, guys.
No, it's, and he had hay right there. We can walk on down over here.
Alrighty. He's actually got it leased out to somebody, guys, who's got some farm equipment. We're going to walk around the side. There we go, guys. Here's your barbed wire on top. Over-the-road truckers leasing this now. But somewhere you're going to have your underground command center here. Your silo doors. But this was one of the 1,500 that are scattered throughout the Missouri area, guys. I mean, nothing but farmland, as you can see. Wow. Guys, you probably can't see them real good. That's about as much as I can do, but there's a herd of wild turkey. Of course, I don't know what you call a group of turkey. Yeah, they're all coming out of the woods there. 10, 15, 18 of them.
There's one flying.
Yep, and they're starting to fly. Wow, they're still coming out. There you go, guys. Some wild turkey up here. And not the drink. Amtrak Midwest pulling in, guys. As you can obviously tell, this is an Amtrak hub. Warrensburg, Missouri. Yeah, you go, where the hell's that? Middle of nowhere, people. Hey gang, Rob here, and I am on some 5-foot wide curb strips here in Warrensburg, Missouri. About 50 miles east of Kansas City. This is the town with the Air Force base that has the B-2 stealth bomber. Mr. Chester, who had the 30-acre farm, said he has B-2s flying over his house all the time. We're probably going to go look at the Air Force base before we leave, but for right now I'm doing some curb strips. And let me show you guys my second signal. The first was a zinc penny. Alrighty guys, I am on a street with some really old houses here. Probably 20s, 30s. You can see how old they look. And guys, thought it was a nut that came out, but guys, we've got a Schrader valve stem cover. Maybe 4 or 5 inches down. Boom, we got ourselves a nice old Ford relic here. Alrighty guys, while I'm out here doing the curb strips of the last two houses before the next block over, the lady came out of this house here, or she talked to me from an upstairs window. She's turned the bottom floor into a business and she lives above it. She told me she owns this house, which appears unoccupied, which is why I didn't knock. She said hers is 15. This is a few years later, so probably 18, 20, and she gave me permission to do the small front yard, guys. So I'm going to do that after I get done the curb strip. All right, folks, I just got this out of the ground very, very deep here in the little front yard. And it says ox horn. I think it's part of a 2-piece button. Not really sure. It's got to be iron because it's starting to rust away. So I'll have to look up and see what ox horn is. Alrighty. Well, gang, I got this very similar signal in the same hole. Reopened it. Thought I was going to have my first old coin, but it's another one of those ox horn. I'm going to say button right now until I find out what they are. Alright. Alrighty, gang, I flipped it over on the back, and there is a shank that is still there. It's just folded over. So yes, this looks like a 2-piece button where that back shank and back plate is inserted. So we will find out how old an ox horn button is. Alrighty, that's very cool.